Right. Rajesh Sharma joins us now, Managing Director and CEO with Crepely Global Capital. Lots to discuss with him, but for a change, I'll talk about his cricket team. His team is now number third. Rajesh ji, congratulations. Women IPL team is
थैंक यू.
coming number three. कब जीतेंगे इस बार?
देखिए, यस, देखिए, इसीलिए सारा प्रयास है. All efforts are towards that. Let's see, it's a game. You don't know the name of the game in the playground what happens, but yes, team is geared up, and I think all team are equally capable. So that particular day it matters who plays
Fingers,
final game better.
fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I mean, I'm tracking the women IPL this time, and it's just it's so amazing to see. The impossible is looking easy now. Before I get into specifics of Capri Global, Mr. Sharma, allow me to get your sense on what is happening in the world. In your understanding, what is happening to the US and European banking system, and how different is the current crisis from 2008? Because stock markets are drawing a parallel. जो 2008 में हुआ है, will a repeat happen in 2023?
I think 2008 crisis was more of the subprime lending where it was across majority of the banking system that lending have happened, and I think that has much wider impact. And this time, I think impact is not of the because of subprime mortgage. It is specific to a few banks, and I don't think that impact will be age deep and wider age it was in 2008. At the same time, it is proving that Asian banks, in particular, if we talk about Indian banks, they are quite conservative, and that really have strengthened our economy. That we, in last many years, I can say 30, 40 years, we are not seeing that any depositor have lost money or anybody has to worry about that. So, if we draw two parallel, I think we are much conservative, and that is a very, very different kind of a boost and the confidence to our economic system when we see next 5, 10 years how we are going to grow. So it's quite comforting for us.
Don't see that what right now looks like a problem under control by central bank intervention could snowball. I mean, when subprime crisis started, we all thought that India is decoupled. It is the oasis. Dynamics were different. Banking sector was different. But when the financial meltdown started, it impacted us and it also hit us.
So yes, that way you can say when the equity flow changes, when the interest rate goes up, it affects everybody. So if you see this time also on the ground, interest rate hardening up and the risk parameters are getting tightened. So that way it is going to impact us. But if our bank continue to remain healthy, in that sense, there will be no credit freeze or difficulty in getting the credit. So that way is decoupled. But yes, interest rate will harden, equity market will have some impact. That impact will be there. So I agree with that.
Okay, let's talk about the business of Capri Global itself. And one thing that really stood out in your performance of late is how the gold business has been accelerating. In fact, you just started that business and it's already reached the AUM of around 1,000 crores. Can you talk to us about what are the targets that you've set for yourself, let's say in FY24, FY25? What kind of AUM growth that you anticipate?
So if we talk about company in general, then we will, while we given a guidance of 20 to 27% over last 2 years, but I think last year we achieved about 40% growth. This year I think we should achieve about 40 to 45% growth again. And next year, because the new product have been added and about 700 branches will be more operational, so we should again see a 50% kind of a growth. And if you talk about the gold loan AUM, while this year we might close around 1100, but next year definitely we intend to target about 2000 crore, and next 5 years we intend to cross about 10,000 crore book from gold loan alone.
So 10,000 crores coming in from gold segment itself over the course of next 4 to 5 years. But what about the yields and the net interest margins for the company? Because the business is quite competitive at the moment, right? And there are a lot of external factors as well which are playing out when it comes to net interest margins, etc. I understand that in the 9 month gone by on a consolidated basis, your NIM was around 8.5%, down from 9.5% that we had seen earlier. What is the sustainable level for that?
So if we talk about gold loan, takes about 12 months branches to break even, and then they start contributing. So that impact will be seen. It is seen in last quarter about 65 crore kind of a losses we had in the gold loan, because that is what the investing in the branch capex, and the till the branch reaches the break-even, we have to keep investing. So that way there is a pressure on the NIM. But I think after 1 year, our NIM will be settled somewhere about 9.5%. And as you know, we have also infused about 14 crore rupees equity in the company by your rights issue, which is completed last week. And I think in a couple of days, the new equity shares will get listed as well. So that will give a clear impact on the net interest margin is the growth as well.
Now, what happens to the balance sheet? The right issue has sailed through. The book value goes higher. What's next because of the right issue?
So, because the right issue, our net worth from 2,100 crore will increase to 3,500 crore. It's a significant jump. Almost 75% of current net worth has been infused by the rights issue. So, it will have the potential to get a rating upgrade. It also gives a lot of comfort to the lender that our interest costs come down, and it gives a clear pathway for us to grow. And backed of this and backed of the previous good performance, I think next 5 years we will not require any equity. So till we reach a book size of 25 to 30,000 crore rupees, we will not need kind of equity. So these are next 5 years. I think we have to just focus on improving our process, cutting our cost, improving efficiency, and growing the book. And as you know, market opportunity is quite huge.
Do you see you will be able to sustain growth as the base goes higher?
Yes, because on the back of the introduction of the new product gold loan and the new distribution. So earlier we had a branch network of 150. Now we have about 750. There's a five-fold increment of the branches in next just 12 months. So that distribution point will be able to originate more loans. So our model has to be originate, underwrite, and collect, and we are focusing on that.
Okay. So let's look at the other aspect, which is that interest rates, when they go higher, they, in a sense, historically blend to a default. NPAs, at least at the retail level, they go higher. Since you are borrowing from the wholesale market, your cost of borrowing is higher. Your cost of lending is also higher. When do you think the affordability factor or the risk of NPA could come? At what is that level of interest rates?
So interest rate, as you say, the kind of segment we deal with, the MSME, the informal segment, where it is not that interest rate matters to them of 1% or half percent. It is timely availability of money. For example, a roadside dhaba, when you require a 20 lakh rupees of loan, is business run or return on efforts, not return on equity. What he needs a timely money to expand his business. He want to open one more dhaba and he needs about 20 lakh rupees of loan. These kind of customer we deal with. So we are able to pass on that interest rate to them. And if the economy is doing well and the rural economy is doing well, I don't think that 1% rate of interest make their business viable or unviable. So I see it, while it puts pressure on us because of the competition, we are not able to pass on the entire interest rate, and sometimes we have to take at least 25 to 50 basis of our P&L, but it doesn't affect the asset quality. So your question is, what kind of asset quality level this business become viable? If you can continue to remain in the secured space where MSME have a NP level below 3%, I think it is viable because every loan is recoverable. It is backed by collateral. So except fraud cases, we don't lose our capital, and we are able to recover through arbitration, SARFAESI, because there is a property to back up.
Okay, Mr. Sharma, on that note, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with ET now today. But for the
Thank
markets,
you.
there is pressure which is developing. We have the Nifty, which is